Hello to all my Yellowjackets out there. My name is EJ, and in this video, we are going to be discussing Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 6. Is it Quay? Cool? I don't know how to pronounce it, but let's talk about this heartbreaking, insane episode. There's not been an episode of Yellowjackets that has affected me this heavily. I am recording this video still trying to process that ending. Oh my goodness, when teenage Shauna looks at us at that camera and says, "Can you not hear him?" I felt that in my bones. Give this girl a Emmy right now. What is it, Sophia Nélisse? Girl, whatever you are, get used to hearing your name spread around, because this was a powerhouse performance from start to finish. There was a nice moment where she was trying to breastfeed the baby that I was just like, she's doing good. And then that end happened, and I was just like, she's doing great. But even like adult Shauna, Melanie Lynskey had a great speech while she was being investigated. This to me was the Shauna episode, and Shauna really needed this because the other girls have been kind of taking control of the season. And I'm really glad that Shauna says, hold on, let me get back up into the story and do this story well, because I was gripped by everything in this episode, even the dumb police drama that I was like, oh my god, how's Callie gonna mess this up this time? But Callie actually maybe did something good. And truly, Jeff's like listening to "fuck the police" while at the police station, so bitter and angry. Jeff, you're warming up on me. I like you a little bit more each episode. But overall, wow, what a solid episode. That week off really gave me like hunger for the show. I'm like just as hungry as these girls are in the woods. And I'm like, y'all fed me a whole damn buffet this week. It was really good. So many good character moments. The adult and teen stories were both very compelling. One usually trumps over the other, but not this one. They both really had me gripped. I also love that we are at a point in the season that things are starting to come together. All of the adults are basically almost there. What is that going to mean? I am truly so excited for the rest of the season, because this episode was just that damn good. Episode 6 of Season 2, whatever the name is, Quay, if I'm going by my Star Wars May the 4th be with you kind of vibe, it's Quay because it's Qui-Gon Jinn. But anyways, so this episode really was about the birth of the baby. We've known Shauna was pregnant for this entire time, but this was the moment we've been waiting for. What the hell was going to happen? I'm actually just going to get all the teen stuff out of the way now, because it's all pretty condensed into the baby storyline. But yeah, Shauna's starting to give birth. She's going into labor. It's hard. None of these girls know what to do. Misty, who's usually Miss Medical Queen, she just killed somebody last episode, so she's a little puzzled. Her life's a little stressed, so she's not as up to doing it as she would be. But Miss Aquila, she comes in, and I'm sorry for calling you Rat Girl. She is the MVP of the birth stuff. She was great. While Lottie's trying to chant and get the woods witched there, she's actually doing things, and I was so impressed. This was such a good dynamic of seeing all these girls come together. There's still the divide in the cabin. You feel the Lottie crew who is trying to do their chanting and stuff, but we also see like Shauna and Ty and people like Aquila all kind of being like, okay, we need to get this done. Like, I love Ty and Shauna's relationship. Something I want a little bit more in the adult storyline, but I loved seeing them two bond together. That moment at the end, it's crazy. So let's get into it. So they believe they give birth. We see Shauna give birth to the baby, and we're kind of cutting back and forth in between the stories as we normally do, but we're really seeing she trying to connect with the baby. She says things like, "I'm sorry I never wanted you," which reflects something she says in the adult section as well. But yeah, she speaks to the baby. She's trying to get him to breastfeed. Lottie comes in, and she thinks Lottie's trying to breastfeed, and it's all like weird, trippy dreams. Nat's very supportive. I love Nat in this fantasy sequence. She was such a good friend, very like auntie vibes, that I'm like, oh, I would want Nat there to help me out in these scenarios. But yeah, I like what was happening, but I felt that there was something off. There was just like, I'm getting excited because the baby's here, yay, Shauna seems happy, but I'm like, I don't think she would have. I kind of briefly mentioned that we had a cat give birth on our patio recently. That cat she's a stray cat, so she wasn't eating that great. And I saw her birth be stressful, which very much stressed me out. That's why an episode was delayed that whole time. But truly, I was just like, girl, if a stray cat is going to struggle, what's this human ass gonna do? And then it just kept unfolding. And then she had that weird dream where she woke up and she saw all the people eating the baby. And I'm like, no, we did not. No, we did not. And we didn't, because that was a dream with a dream. And oh my goodness, the end of this episode happens. Shauna wakes up. She actually became unconscious because she lost so much blood while giving birth. And that's not the worst part. The baby never made it. It's heartbreaking. It's sad. Like, you kind of bonded with Shauna and this baby. We felt it. She was having this whole fantasy dream sequence where she was actually feeling connected, and the baby was starting to breastfeed with her. And she, that's a bond mothers and children need. And it's just sad. This really heartbreaking moment, like her just asking all the girls, like, can you still hear him? Can you still hear him? And they're backing away because they're very uncomfortable, which, again, I get it. Like, it's not like Ben, who's just, like, running away like a scared boy and having fantasies about his boring gay life. Like, bro, you don't know Grindr exists, but your life will be better once you find that. Stop thinking about playing charades with the gays and get back into the cabin and help these girls. But yeah, I like that this was a hard, intense moment, and I felt it. The acting, oh my god. All of them. Jasmin Savoy Brown was also doing something really good. I love the actress who plays Van as well. The younger one. All of them were really good. But Sophia Nélisse, oh my goodness, give her the Emmy now. I'm going to build you one and hand it to you virtually because you're probably going to do very well this award season. This needed it. This season needed this moment, and this episode, this character, this actress, this was the defining moment. I love this so much, but you know what? I did like the adult stuff as well. On the adult side of things, in our present day storyline, Shauna, Callie, and Jeff all have to go to the police station for questioning. Callie is with the one cop that knows Shauna, and Shauna's with Callie's little hookup friend. Shauna just goes on a monologue that's like, look, this is what happened, X, Y, and Z. I had an affair, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about the dead person. She's really good, but Callie says, he was having an affair with me, none of the things you can use are admissible, and I'm like, girl, she used a strategy, and that one guy's like, I don't think you could, lie, and she said, who's gonna believe you? Who's gonna believe me? Let's do it. And I'm like, I'm usually not about women using the power of women to get things over men. That's usually sometimes not the greatest thing. We've seen it happen a lot. But boy, this was one of the few times I was like, yes, lie, chill, girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight. This is what we need. And Callie did it. First time she's did something really good. But all this was happening, and Jeff says, Shauna, we need to go to Lottie's camp. Because, first off, Lottie's about to go absolutely banana cuckoo pants crazy because all of her old friends are here. Lottie is dealing with the cult stuff. Her brain is still going crazy. She believes she brought something evil back with her. So she is almost subconsciously bringing everyone to the almost a plantation, to the little camp area. Yeah, it's hard because Misty shows up there. Misty's trying to get into their thing. She's finding out if you name drop knowing Lottie, you're going to be a big deal. Same thing with Nat. And yeah, Nat's connecting with that one younger girl. Nat seems to be in a weird spot right now, finding out that she maybe possibly was helped murder her boy. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think Lottie's wackadoo crazy and you don't need to listen to her because Lottie's still finding out how messed up she is. Like, to the point where everyone finds out Lottie's okay and they're like, no, something's up there. Like, Van and Ty on their side of things, they're connecting, they're talking about movies. We get a little Sandra Bullock moment, a lot of fun movie references. That's why I'm wearing my Scream shirt. 90s movies are amazing. But yeah, I like them. And, we find out that they need to also go to the farm, whatever the hell, the wellness center. Yeah, they are going to go there. So Van drops off Ty. She says, oh, I'm going to drop you off. It ends up being like Van's going to have to stay there too. And everyone is at this place. All of our stories are merging together. We're starting to see Lottie's psychosis. We're starting to see Nat start to be a bit more troubled, but start search inside of herself a little bit more. I really think Nat's character is hopefully going to walk out of the season much better than she walked into it, trying to off herself. And Misty, I love Misty so much. I wish she did a little bit more in the birth stuff, but it does play into her character being so complicated, so complex. Again, a lot happened in this episode. A lot was very interesting. A lot of good character moments. A lot of good conversations. I really loved the Ty and Van stuff. Those two together it's just amazing. The chemistry that these two have. The younger ones are great. I love watching those two play together. But these older ones, seeing Van and Ty just drive around discussing Van's personal life, I loved it. I think this is great. I think those two are going to have a good future. I don't want any of these people to die. I just want this season to end with all of our girls maybe defeating Lottie, getting Lottie some help. Who knows? But where we're going now, God, this episode just threw me for a damn loop. In the present day story, all of our girls are getting together. In the past storyline, we finally figured out what happened with the baby. Now, we are in a very interesting part of Yellowjackets. We're in the end game. We're going to be seeing how this wild season is going to end and how they're going to wrap up all these pieces. They finished a lot here. They really built up a lot in this season. Finished the baby storyline, got all of our adult characters together. It's amazing. It's great. It's what I wanted from this season, and we are in a good spot heading into episode 7. What did you think of this episode? What did you think of my review? Share your feelings down in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you do like this Yellowjackets review. I also have a very special video coming up for our American Horror Story fans. We got some stuff to talk about, but yes, make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, comment, all that jazz, and let's talk about Yellowjackets down below.